24th day of the 30 Days Wild Challenge, which is a challenge that the Wildlife Trust hosts every year to get people doing a wild act every single day of June. Today, for my wild act, I'm going to go out and create a sound map. Sound maps are really cool because they let you consider the environment in a different way that you might not have before, by standing and listening to what's going on, rather than just relying on looking. And this is actually an aspect that I am really looking forward to, and a day that I've had on my plan for quite a while, because at the moment I'm a PhD researcher in zoology, and my focus is on the soundscape. So a lot of what I do in my day-to-day life is considering the effect of sound on animals. Sound maps are quite simply just a map of the sounds in the environment. They can be done in a variety of ways, such as having one that is just directional, so where around you the sounds are taking place. Another could be related to a route that you take. So say you're walking along the dotted line, whereabouts along that line are the different sounds of, say, animals or wind or a lawnmower. And you can also do it in a way that shows the distances of the sounds. So you could have it not be so directional, but things like bees are closer to you than clinking wine glasses. I'm going to create a walking sound map based around a walking route I take on a little peninsula within an inland loch, and I'm going to start at this X point on the road and follow the route around. So I'm going to walk along the shore for a little bit, down into the woods, around, across a wildflower meadow, and then back up to the woods to see what sounds I come across. Right off the bat, I'm already hearing the wind blowing as it comes across the loch, and I'm also hearing children playing on a nearby play park. Next, there are birds swooping overhead. Quite a lot of swallows have gathered here and are calling as they hunt over the field and over the loch. Even closer to the loch, I can hear them hunting over the water itself. Walking along the shore, the wind's picking up, and I can hear both myself and the wind brushing through the grasses. As I get close to the other side of the play park, I can once again hear children calling out and adults talking to them. As I hear more bird species, I decide that I want to put down some of the species that I hear on the actual map itself. So the swallows are listed, and as I get closer to the trees at the edge of the forest, I start to hear blackbirds as well. The sounds of the blackbirds continue as I walk into the forest and past the little bird observation hut that's on the shore of the loch. And as I get deeper into the forest, I can hear the wind rustling through all of the leaves on the trees, and I also hear a new bird song. I'm not great at birdsong identification, but I've been using an app to help me, and it's potentially saying this might be a spotted flycatcher, which wouldn't be unusual because they are resident here in the summertime. As I walk down the path, the surface texture changes and I can hear myself crunching along the gravel. Then one of my favourite birds, the hooded crow, starts flying past and cawing out. Another new song, which the app suggests could be a goldcrest. They're quite hard to spot, but they do live in this area. Just past the goldcrest, the sound of a wren, which I have spotted a few times along this path. And then a plane rumbling overhead. As I stop to listen to it, a person walks past me. I double back on myself and enter the wildflower meadow, where the wind starts whistling through all of the types of flowers and reeds here. High overhead, a whole flock of house martins is hunting above the meadow and starts calling out. The winds come and go. Close to the ground, as I'm looking at some flowers, a bee buzzes past. It's a common carder bee. Then the sound of the barn swallows joining the house martins, although flying a little bit lower down. I re-enter the woods and hear people around again. The crows start calling as I walk down this new path. Deeper in the section of woods that I'm walking past, I hear more blackbirds calling, and also a new bird, the blackcap. It's interesting to be able to look back on my route, follow along as I see swallows along the shore, into blackbirds and crows amongst the woodland, people and planes going past, and then up into the wildflower meadow, where I hear blackcaps nearby, house martins and swallows overhead, and the sound of bees and flowers brushing against each other, before returning back into the wood where the crows and the blackbirds are, and back home. So, are you going to go out and create your own sound map? Let me know. And remember to subscribe to this channel to keep up with the rest of 30 Days Wild.